Shoes on the neck, feel like a crack, jump the head first for a jack. Gung ho for a bitch full of blue black. Connect, stolen on me, got the whole school verse. Don't put broken nails, you cannot be nimble. Put you down, yeah, over the head first. Don't be a thing you could have been. Cardiac, rolling back to back, addict. Damn, I'm famished. I'ma need a whole bag of the cabbage. Came straight out that damn clay, like Cassius. Should've seen his damn face when I passed him. Little boy got big weight, overstanding. All of y'all go, whoa. In the trash, you looking at the shit now. Take a whiff, these diamonds did you in. That's not, they say they want that slap. It's not so separately. They know I come with that. Hey, what you got? It's overlapping. That's a.
What up, what up, what up? It's your boy C Tuck of the Highway 22 East podcast. We are back in the building. We're just getting over the last recording that we did. It was wild and crazy, y'all. Y'all just don't understand. But hey, we're back tonight for a couple little announcements. It's your boy C Tuck.
It's your boy D with no E's.
It's your boy B to the D.
Just J, baby.
And we are the Highway 22 East podcast. We came here tonight to I know tomorrow, I know it's a little late, but I know tomorrow is election day for the state of Alabama. A lot of runoffs are occurring, especially in our home county of Coosa County. We got a special race for Coosa County Superintendent that will be occurring tomorrow. It's going to be with the incumbent Miss Wilson and also the challenger Mr. Stover. It's going to be a like I said, it's a runoff in this election. It's a Republican runoff. Hold on. So it's a Republican runoff. Just want to let everyone know that if you voted in the Democratic runoff, you voted in the Democratic primary, you would not be eligible to vote in the Republican runoff. So just throw that out there. We just want to let everybody know that. That's just one of the announcements we'll take over now. You know, we again, the candidates is the incumbent Miss Wilson, and the challenger is Mr. Stover. If you had not seen our debate from earlier in the year, pre-COVID-19, it seems such a long time ago. You can go to our Highway 22 East group page. It is posted in the group. And then, like I said, you can hear their platforms.
Man, what did you do?
What they were saying.
Bug on my thing.
What's going on?
I'm in the garage, man. It was a bug flew on my laptop.
Oh.
I was trying to blow it off. It looked like I was blowing y'all kisses.
we love you too, Judge J. So, what do y'all think about the election and what's going on tomorrow in Coosa County, the Coosa County part?
First, let me say this: the Highway 22 podcast does not endorse any candidate for superintendent. We just want everybody to exercise their right tomorrow. Make sure you go vote. We all know that the school system has faced some really hard challenges over the past few years. And if you won't change, go vote. If you are if you want the incumbent to continue doing what she does, go vote. Just make sure that you make your voice heard tomorrow in the election. Because if you don't vote, don't complain. That's just me.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much like D said. I mean, we're facing a very tough, turbulent time with especially with COVID-19 stuff going on, and some of the stuff that has been released as far as how schools are going to be coming back in. A lot of controversy on how that's going to roll out, how that's going to happen, especially in our county, because our county we don't have that sufficient internet access, and but we're also one of the highest counties in the state as far as reporting COVID-19 cases. So it's almost like damn if you do, damn if you don't, catch 22, whatever you want to call it. I mean, like I said, it's going to be tough for whoever wins tomorrow, because whoever wins tomorrow will be your superintendent for the next couple of years.
4.
Do what now?
4 years.
I think it's 4, either 4 or 6. I can't remember.
Like you said, man, whoever get in there, they got a hell of a goddamn time to be in there, boy.
Yeah, they really
want to be it, because there's so many questions, so many unanswered questions right now they're gonna have to answer when school start back. Because you got to look at it, like you said, Chauncey, a lot of the areas in Coosa County, like for instance, a lot of people don't even have internet, wireless internet. And then you got that. Then you got one of my questions. If I was a parent, if my kid catches COVID and they have to be out for 14 days, what do they do for schoolwork? For
exactly.
do they get do they get an incomplete? Are they able to go back and then how are you going to know if a kid really because already know Coosa County kids, any kid, they're gonna act like they got COVID.
Oh yeah.
Feel good. I think go get tested. That in like 3 days you out of school. And then you got to think about this too. If a teacher tests positive, do the whole her whole class, like the whole 10th grade class, had to go into quarantine? Man, it's just
and even with that, you got to think about they switch classes, so it's that's the thing that's the scariest, because I mean cases are they still going up, and with school going back, I mean they're gonna quadruple. Let's be for real with that. But then you pose that question where you ask that question, what about the parents who ain't got no choice but to send their children to school? Like I can say as a parent, my kids go to school in Ellis City, but I'm still afraid. Luckily we have a strong support system of people who educated folks that can can teach my daughters, and they're smart because they get it from their daddy. But trying to it's a lot of parents out there who their kids ain't got no choice but to go. So you either you go to work and you feed your children, and you're able to provide and send them to school, and it's just sad that they're faced with that, because everybody ain't got the same support system.
All right. And BD, you got nephews that's in this county, and I mean, have you talked to them about what's going on, or do they know anything what's going on? Or are they ready to go back to school? I mean, tell us, everybody.
My nephews, they ain't ready to go back to school, but they can run back. And it's just like I know you pretty much can't avoid COVID for real. To me, I mean, it's gonna eventually everybody probably gonna get it, because I mean, you can't stay in the house 24/7. You got to go to work. You got to go get food, gas. So, I mean, it's just gonna happen. Even if being so protective, though. I mean,
yeah.
And my thing is with it, that I was reading something on Facebook where people were saying, well, if your child is sick, don't send them to school. we all know just because they feeling well in the morning don't mean they're gonna be feeling good at 10 a.m.
Right.
And I think, just me personally, that the schools, they need to have, if they're gonna go back, have it set up where you got, your school nurse or whomever checking those temperatures throughout the day. I mean, I know we it's a small, it's a small window of time, you got to get instruction and stuff like that. But I mean, check the temperatures in between classes, set aside time during the day to get that done. Yeah, that's going to call for more staff and more added responsibilities. But if we don't add some things, we're going to be in the same boat forever.
Logistically, do you think that we as a county school system can pull this off? As far as we only have one school nurse, correct?
I think we have two.
All right, two school nurses. Okay. So how are we going to pull this off? Okay.
Let me take my source and find out.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
To answer your question, go ahead if you want to go.
I was just going to say, logistically, how can we pull this off? Are we going to scan every single kid?
I'm going to tell you like this. If COVID, and I'm not saying this just because my mom was a teacher.
Right. If
COVID was there in 91, 92, 93, when Joetta, Brenda Braun, Gloria Well, Mary Didell, and them were there, you wouldn't have had to worry about it because they're gonna take on the responsibility. I'm gonna be straight up with you like this. They're gonna be like, okay, we teaching math, language, and art.
Mm-hmm.
First semester, that's it. You're gonna be down pat with math, language, and art. That's all we teach in the first semester. After the Christmas break, that's when they learn social studies, science, or whatever else. But I guarantee you, they gonna sit up there, man. You wouldn't be able to go in Rockford School with Joette and them with them, man. They'd be so full of Lysol, liniment, ammonia.
They was like that when we was in school. I mean, if you were sick, you knew that you could go to Miss Didell, or you could go to Miss Maxwell, or you could go to Miss Well, and it was like, okay, your mom ain't coming to get you because she at work. And then number two, you ain't going outside to play. You gonna sit over here. You ain't finna get the whole classroom sick. The teachers would be rather you get them sick than get the entire classroom sick. Okay, and I just got confirmation from my source that there are two school nurses in the Coosa County school system.
Okay, so again,
they can do temperature though. Like they still can have COVID though.
That's true. That is true.
Just a waste of time.
So this is me playing. I'm just asking a question because I'm all about, if we're trying, you see how the curve is going right now. Okay, you're going to send kids who are not going to practice social distancing. They can't. There's no way that kids are going to practice social distancing.
Hell, the adults don't practice social distancing.
Right. They're not going to wear a mask. Okay. Some of these kids are going to go back home to an elderly grandparent or people like that. So are we going to allow all these kids to be around in this petri dish? Because that's pretty much what it's going to be. And go back home in those conditions, and to bring it back to an elderly person or person who may be asymmetric.
Asymmetric.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I know I said it.
I mean,
that's a lot of risk that we're taking with kids just going back to school.
But what choice do they have?
That's my question. Like, I've had to unfollow people on both sides of the aisle regarding the situation, because it's like you're getting on there saying, well, my child ain't going to school. But once again, that's your child. You may have other opportunities to teach your child at school, to teach your child at home. Your job may give you that amount of time to do that, but you got to think about it. In our area, we have a lot of auto suppliers. Okay.
Yeah.
They work in 12 hours. Okay. They work in 12 hours straight. Sometimes 14, 16, depending on, what Kia, Honda, and all them places got to roll off off the assembly line.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying that teachers are babysitters by no means. I'm not saying that. But for some parents that are at work, they know where their kids are. They're in school. I mean, let's just be for real with that.
All right. Yeah.
And what other choice do they have? My children, we don't know what we're gonna do. I mean, I'm being real with that. Like last week, I talked to my oldest when she was saying, "Hell yeah, daddy, I want to go to school. I miss my friends. I miss that instruction." But then, this week it's like, okay, but what if? So go ahead, BD.
That was BD. You have some?
Nah, I'm just gonna say if you're gonna keep your kids out, make sure they learning and knowing the correct way of the arithmetic.
Yeah, because now it's not going to be like it was in March. See, in March they didn't have any choice but to
teach.
Yeah, in March they didn't have any choice but to let people go ahead, get as much as they can. Now they got to learn. I mean, let's be for real, and everybody. I'm gonna tell you, I could barely do damn math when I was in school. I can't imagine.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I'm saying I want kids to learn too. I really do. Oh, they look good.
Is that a Pacific cooler?
Look good. But all I'm saying is,
I'm about to get some of them.
Oh, all I'm saying is, guys, I really do. They do need to go to school, but how? I mean, all I'm saying, how are we going to do if the number is going to go back and we're going to report more people that's going to die because they catch it? What are we going to do?
Look what happened in Georgia, bro. You saw what happened at that YMCA. 85 kids and staff got it. Yeah. That's just at a YMCA, bro.
YMCA. I think they need to honestly, I saw something today where the AEA was asking Governor Ivey to delay the school year. I personally think that
you're gonna be worse in the wintertime though if you delay it.
Yeah, that's true. But I'm thinking maybe like just shut it, don't go back until 1st of September. See how it is. See how it is, and this is just me. Shut it all the way down for a full month. See what happens. But I know they ain't gonna do that. I know they're not gonna do that. But you gotta come up with a solution somehow. Something. It got to be a plan.
I'm gonna tell you why they're going back to school. It's perfectly simple. The simple answer to why they're going back to school is why we have Alabama football. That's the only reason they're going back to school. Bro.
Well, glad you mentioned it.
But that's what I'm saying though. Like for the seniors that's playing sports this year, that's on borderline trying to get a scholarship in football.
Let me tell you something.
That's gonna be hard for them.
Let me tell you something. What about the kids last year? They had baseball scholarships, basketball scholarships.
And then to me, I've been reading on both sides of the aisle, and I've seen both sides say this. Well, I'm ready for college football. Okay, you ready for college football, but you don't want your child to go back to school. I'm not getting that. Like, you're ready. You're saying, okay, well, sports shouldn't be played, but yet and still, what we want, you can't have both.
You can't be borderline on everything. You have to be on one side of the fence when it comes. In my personal opinion, you have to be on one side of the fence. Either you're not going to do nothing at all, or you're going to go to school. Adam said schools used to start in September, and they should go back to. I totally agree. That's the number one thing. Schools should always start after Labor Day.
I think Labor Day, and then
who wrote that garbage?
Adam.
Roll Tide.
It's terrible. This right here, and that's true. Don't get me wrong. If we have to do another full out shutdown, I mean, y'all, it's gonna take another time for us to recover, but it's gonna take a little bit longer than we did this last time. So,
but if you think about it, we never really was shut all the way the fuck down. Like, even
be honest.
Let's be real with that. Let's be honest.
You are correct.
Be honest. We were never shut down. We had safer at home orders, meaning that you could still go to the grocery store and do essential things. And like we said on this podcast before, what's essential to BD may not be essential to me, and vice versa. So we were never really shut down. We were never really shut down, you could pretty much, you can go wherever you want to go. You just couldn't get a haircut, and people still managed to do that shit.
Mm-hmm.
I was one of them. You couldn't. I cut my own hair, sir. You couldn't. Do stuff, but people still managed a way to do that. Think about even in our area, these motherfuckers was having damn yard parties.
Bro.
In
they were having, and that's another reason why I think.
And some of them that was having yard parties are the main ones that I see on Facebook talking about their kids ain't going to school.
And that's ridiculous.
And it's stupid.
Yeah, and like Anisha said right here, boom. We opened up too fast. I really think we should have waited at least another month, because look, with all the holidays we went through, you gotta say we came back right for Memorial Day. 4th of July,
Memorial Day,
and Labor Day. I'm telling you, Labor Day,
all the way down in March.
We should have been at least down till Labor Day.
And then you got to look at New York. I think today, it was either today or yesterday, New York reported that they had no deaths. Yesterday. So you got to look at that. Like, I do think in certain areas, because they're instituting certain things, they're making things. Look, you gonna do this or your ass gonna go to jail. It can't be you gonna get. It can't be. Well, you gonna get a ticket, because who gives a fuck about a $25 ticket? Let's be for real.
Right. I mean, but see, the thing is, like with New York though, New York they was shut down. You couldn't do
what I'm saying.
So if we would have had leadership like that, you can't do anything. You got to be able to sit your butt at home and not do nothing. Yes, that would have been perfect.
Well, but Alabama never had no leadership.
Just like what Adam just said right here. We had to stay at home order, but we just had reasons that we were allowed out. You know what I'm saying? So if it wasn't for essentials, you were still going. You still have people congregating. You still have people doing block parties. Yes, block parties
in our area
going on in our area. They don't make any sense. Yes, guys, I really want us to have fun. I really do, but y'all, we got to get this thing turned around, because this curve right now is shooting all the way up, and we have no way for it to go down.
I don't think it's. I mean, I'm gonna be real, and these are my thoughts, not that of the Highway 22's podcast. This is Dino E's feelings, but I don't think it's gonna go down. I'm just being real.
It will go down.
I mean, I don't think it will ever go away.
It's not going to go away.
It's never going to go away.
We don't have a vaccine for it right now. We have nothing for it. We have, I think they take antibiotics, but it's not even doing nothing in that case. But of course, we know it's not going to go away because there's 18 other strands of it. All I'm saying is we need to cut back on some of the stuff we're doing, because people are still dying no matter what. That's all I'm saying.
And with that, that's why we're, like Just Jay said, whoever wins the superintendent of Coosa County, not only do they have to deal with the COVID, the pandemic, they got to deal with somewhat of a financially strained school system.
Then
on top of that,
then they got to deal with parents.
And then on top of that, don't y'all forget, past COVID, we going through a race war.
Exactly.
For all that going on too. I'm telling you right now, whoever catch superintendent, they're gonna go in looking like Benjamin Button, bro. I'm telling you right now, they're gonna age some of it.
And like we said, just tomorrow, just go make sure that you exercise your right to vote. Like we say all the time on this podcast, there were a lot of people that died so people could vote. Not just black people. There are a lot of white people who spoke up for black people to vote that died. There were a lot of women doing the suffrage movement, things like that, to get the right to vote, and people don't exercise it. So make sure you go exercise it, your right to vote, because Coosa County, whoever get in there, they gonna need the citizens backing them.
Absolutely.
They're gonna need the citizens backing them, because like I'm gonna say this, our school system ain't never been one of them got money coming from here, got money coming from there type of school system. Right. So we done been there. But I can say, I know from going to Rockford, the citizens backed Mr. Green. They, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, so we're gonna need them doing that, and we don't need to transition. We don't need old people, excuse my French. We don't need former employees
Yeah, we
Speaking negative on the school system.
let me tell you something. If y'all do not know, this was it was a very contested, heated battle for school superintendent. When the first Republican primary was when it happened, we had a candidate, Mr. Bolden, who decided to run for superintendent. Mr. Bolden did not achieve enough votes to acquire a runoff. But however, Mr. Bolden decided to put his 3 cents in on who he wanted to be the candidate. I'm sorry, hold on, because Jermaine, the way he just tried to drink out that straw.
I couldn't find. Listen, let me tell you, I did not mean to do that. I promise I didn't mean to do that.
But
I'm looking at the camera, and the camera, go ahead.
Okay. So I would just say, I was like, what is Jay doing? But okay, so Mr. Bolden decided to make a post. D, do you want to?
He didn't make a post. He wrote a dissertation.
Yeah, he wrote a dissertation about what was going on.
Okay, so this was 4 days ago. He went on and he made some very, some comments and gave his opinion, but to me it was tacky as hell. Fair. Like you're showing that you are a sore loser, and I'm gonna give y'all my opinion with it. I mean, he killed it at the debate. I mean, that's just me. He killed it.
He did at the debate.
He did, but this right here to me shows why you were not chosen to be the superintendent of Coosa County School Systems. If you haven't read it, please go to his Facebook page and read it. It's public. I mean, he made it public because he wanted the world to see it. But what he ended up doing with that, he made an ass of himself, because all the comments that I read up under there was people were not agreeing with him. They were calling him tacky. They was calling him classless, because it's like you have a personal vendetta. You can tell by the way that you're writing things that it's not about the school system. And I know people say, well, your kids go to Ellis City. Why do you care? I care because I'm Coosa till I die. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm Coosa till I die. And you go on there and you make those comments and you write that post, and you're attacking a woman. I'm just gonna be real with that. You are attacking that person. You're coming for that person personally. And so to me, in having an experience with you, and I had a personal experience with you with one of my siblings, is it clearly shows why the high school started going down when you were principal. And then number 2, it clearly shows that you are not a leader, sir. You are not a leader, in my opinion. And like I said, the views of D No Ease does not reflect that of the Highway 22 East podcast. I'm not paid to say this. This is my personal opinion. You're not a leader. And what you did 4 days ago, it shows why you did not win, why you're not even in the runoff. I mean,
and like D said, I think he was very strong in the debate. I mean, he threw out his platform.
He had facts.
He had facts to back everything up. I was like, okay, all right, I see you now. But
I'll tell you one thing.
Even before the debates, it was like he was being a little childish with other posts that he was making about her parking in the handicap park after hours and stuff like that. Why?
That's what shit I would do.
Yeah, Eddie J.
I'm tell you like this, man. If he had, I hope he typed that on a laptop or a PC, because he got some goddamn Twitter fingers if he typed that on the phone.
Man,
I ain't know it that long, man.
He gave out. Hold on, he gave out how many points? He gave out
10.
10 points on why he's voting for Stover. And if I ain't gonna lie, y'all. If I was Stover, I would
distance myself.
I would distance myself. I would not even bring that shit up. I would be like, look, I do not accept this endorsement, bruh.
I'm gonna tell you what got me with him, and this is just me. At the graduation, 2000, the class of 2019, the graduation, you up there, you handing out fans, bro. Like,
Yeah, I remember.
You are taking away from the students, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like you're doing that, and it's tacky. Like, if you're gonna do it, wait till it's over with. Matter of fact, don't even do it. Just don't do that. It was really tacky, and that right there showed me then how you were not. Hold on, let me rephrase that. It solidified because I had an encounter with you around 2014, 15. I had an encounter with you. So it was just tacky. I mean, you did not do anything but, in my opinion, but make an ass of yourself.
That's all he did, bro.
I didn't know he wrote all that, man. I had to go back and look at that. I know we talked about it, but I didn't know he did all that. That's a little stretch for a stretch stuff, bro.
Yeah, man. And it defeated the whole purpose of him running and all that stuff. Like I said, he came strong for the debate, but after that,
and I was reading like the comments of the former students that were saying how he made them feel.
It's about the prom.
Yeah, and it was a lot of young girls that that was commenting and stuff like that, and it was like, dude, what's your issue? Like what's your problem? What's your issue? Are you that sort of a loser that you just can't bow out gracefully? And if you want to endorse the challenger, that's your right as an American. That is your right to do that. But in my opinion, you sort of screwing it up for him a little bit too, because if people you associate, people in the county already feel like that they can't trust you and how you treated them, and you associated with you're putting yourself in that. You sort of make it hard for the challenger.
I agree, totally agree.
And I have no problem with the challenger or the incumbent. I mean, I think they both are pretty good people.
Mm-hmm. So, well, like I said, that's our little spiel on that. We don't need to touch that. He's not running. He's no longer principal. He's got a pending court case against the Coosa County school system right now. So, yeah.
Can we talk about that? I mean, not like, can we talk about that? Can we like legally say that? I mean,
yeah, we can say that. Yeah,
okay.
That's knowledge.
But we ain't got no money.
Exactly. Due to the fact that I can't talk about what's going on in this situation. But I mean, he does have a lawsuit. I mean, Freedom of Information Act. You can find that out. So, anywho, also the last announcement we got is, please, everybody who lives in Coosa County, who has a beating heart, y'all go fill out the census.
It'll take 5 minutes.
5 minutes. We will post the link for the census in our group, and y'all, we really. If you think we broke now, if you don't fill this census out the way you're supposed to fill this census out, we're not gonna get no Fed money.
And think about it. If you fill the census out, we might get another grocery store. We might get an actual red light.
Oh, red.
I mean green light. Yeah, sorry, green light. We might actually get that. We might actually get. Let's be for real. In our district, we don't have a gas station besides the one in Rockford. I'm gonna be for real with this. Like I said, might get some internet. Coosa till I die. As long as I've been alive, there has never not been a store in Cottage Grove.
Nope.
Yeah.
We need a gas station. Ain't nothing against the people. Ain't nothing against them because I love them. But as far as the citizens, we need do the census. Do it. It takes 5 minutes to do it. Do the census. Don't complain about not having nothing when we're not doing anything to try to get anything.
Exactly. So, y'all, this, like I said, we'll put the link up. We're gonna be pushing this real hard until the end of the year. I can't remember what the cutoff date is, but
October.
Yeah. So to recap what we're talking about, go out and vote tomorrow in the Republican runoff. If you voted in the Democratic primary, you cannot vote in the Republican runoff. So don't go try to vote if you voted in the Democratic primary. Also, our senators, we are voting for the Republican runoff for the senators, also for the state of Alabama. It will be Jeff Sessions, and it'll be Tommy Tuberville, former coach Tommy Tuberville, running in the Senate race. So,
No comment.
yeah, pretty much.
Bro,
So, fellas, y'all got anything else?
Wear your mask.
Yes, yes. Please wear your mask.
Just to be for real. I mean, let's just let's just wear our mask.
All right. So if we don't have anything else, no shout outs. We will have another episode coming to y'all soon. Please keep supporting us. We appreciate all the support y'all been giving us. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at the Highway 22E. And that does stand for Highway 22 East. So just follow us on all platforms. If y'all want to talk to us, reach us out to our our group page. It has, just talk to us. You want an idea, you want to run by it. Hey, if y'all want, I meant to tell y'all that if y'all want a commercial on the podcast, please reach out to Just Jay and D with no E's, and they will gladly hear y'all pitch. And
The Business Development Associates of the Highway.
the Business Development Associate.
We might be crazy. We might act crazy, but we take care of business.
We take care of business.
We take care of business.
So if you, like I said, if you got especially all the businesses that want to get a commercial, we'll do it. I know for a fact, Keisha, if you're listening, you got lip gloss out there. If you want a commercial for lip gloss, hey, talk to my guys right there. Do you know he's in DJ?
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, my bad. Let me say a government name.
Oh,
Keisha Maxwell. My bad.
Keisha Maxwell. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Oh boy. So
I don't think
Shout
I
out
got
to all the owners, the business owners in Coosa, entrepreneurs.
yeah.
And the only thing I got to say is good luck to both candidates tomorrow.
Yes.
Miss Wilson and Mr. Stover, and if I can say anything to you guys, I'm gonna back either one of you up. Long as you're doing what's right.
No matter
doing
what.
what's right, we're gonna help any way Highway 22 East can help either one of you guys. Just let us know. And I guess the only thing else I can say is don't do what Bowden did if you lose.
Don't be a sore loser.
Don't be a sore loser, man.
Don't be a sore loser. But
we're gonna bag you up now. We're gonna bag you up.
And I'm gonna say this too before we go. Like, I haven't seen any mudslinging between them two.
You're not.
And I'm gonna say this, like, it's between them two, it's been so
they show
respect, class. It hasn't been, even that night at the debate, they were nice to each other. And they get it that it's,
they still gonna help each other. So
they get it that it's about the students and the citizens of Coosa County.
Mm-hmm.
The other guy, it's just in his mind, it's just about him.
I wish our county was big enough that we could have a superintendent and assistant superintendent.
I agree. That'd be great. That'd be fine. And I think them two would be great to do it.
Mm-hmm.
I think so too. All right. So again, be on the lookout for our next podcast recording.
I know what we're talking about next time. It's not July, but it's coming out now. It's coming after July.
Okay. If you don't know,
it's not the pursuit of happiness.
What we're talking about, just go ahead and listen to the last podcast titled Testify, and you will understand exactly what we're talking about.
It's not
the pursuit of happiness. It's Bad Boys.
It's gonna be a lot of wrapped upness in that,
It ain't, but we're not gonna get entangled in the situation.
Yeah, we're not gonna get entangled in that situation. Yeah, but we know we're gonna,
Yeah, but anyway, so follow us on Highway 22 East and Facebook, Instagram, and all that stuff. And
sorry,
we will try to. We might start doing a couple more lives. We have been focusing more on the podcast part, so we might start doing a little bit more lives. Shout out to Doc G. Shout out to 2204. Shout out to Jay Jeezy. We love you, brother. Ken Vogt. And if y'all want to see a post that was hilarious and it explains Just Jay and Ken Vogt's relationship, go check out D's post, and it's hilarious. That's all I'm just gonna say.
Don't be sending me no friend request because I ain't gonna probably accept them. But my friend.
Anyway, so this is C Tuck signing off with Highway 22 podcast. We out.
Peace.
Love.